Hello, and welcome to season 3 and another episode of the Watch That podcast. I am your host, Brandon McElroy. Listen, we are super excited to be here with you. We have another phenomenal father here on the show to really, give us a breakdown, talk through some good life lessons, and teach us a little bit about just making it through and make sure we push through. So, welcome to my guy Marcus. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about you. Give us a little intro to you and your family.
So, Marcus Sims, Youngstown, Ohio, born and raised. I moved to Columbus when I was 13 and been here ever since. Went to college from here, came back here. So about me, I'm a young dad. Started having kids at 16. Had 2 kids at 18 while I was in school. Life changer. I had my last child when I was 21, which is my son. So it's been a journey.
Okay. Hey, that's good though, man. I mean, you got little ones and bigger ones. Well, I guess they're all technically a little bigger now, a little older now.
I got 2 adults and 1 child.
Yeah.
And I'm also a grandfather at 36.
Congratulations.
So.
Congratulations.
I'm G-Daddy.
G-Daddy. I was going to say, what's the name? Because I know you ain't going with grandpa.
Call me G-Daddy.
G-Daddy is it. That's suiting. That fits. No, man, that's awesome. When we were kind of looking at some of the things before the show, you had mentioned and described fatherhood as like a 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you when you say 4 seasons is fatherhood? What's that mean?
So 4 seasons in fatherhood is you got winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mm-hmm. You're going to have your sunny days. You're going to have your rainy days.
Yeah.
It's going to be days where it's cold. So that breaks down to me, that summarizes fatherhood. Because as a father, the role that we play, mm-hmm. majority of us are disciplinarians. So of course, that comes with it on the back end.
Yeah.
We're the providers. We're the protectors. So again, that equates to the 4 seasons of life to me. Mm-hmm. Because again, when I got to put my foot down, don't nobody like that.
Right. Winter is coming.
Yeah, winter's coming. I got to put my foot down. They don't like that.
Yeah.
But they know dad is also spring and summer. Mm-hmm. Dad is nothing but full of love. Mm-hmm. Dad is also that tree is going to grow. Yeah. Them leaves is going to grow. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and we're going to have a good time. I'm just big on respect and loyalty. Yeah. And my love that I pour into you, I just expect back. Yeah. So, when times where, and I get it, we were all kids once, so we all going to be kids. And I always give my kids room to grow. Mm-hmm. I always give my kids room to bump their head. But there's times where I got to, hey, that ain't it.
Right.
Right.
So
that's why I equate fatherhood to 4 seasons.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. I mean, it's interesting when you say kind of that winter time of disciplinarian, like all of us kind of have different journeys, right? And different battles. And some are super disciplinary. Some are like, let's talk about it, and gentle parenting, which, I mean, that's your role. Just you do you. I can't do gentle parenting. But it's interesting when you think about like winter season. For the kids, we get the winter season, but for you, what does winter season really mean? Like, how does it feel to be in that? How do you get to yourself to like a spring or a summer?
So, to dive deeper into that, mm-hmm. to dive into a little bit of my childhood with winter and it being cold, yeah. right? So I've learned as an adult now, as a 36-year-old father, that winter isn't really that bad. Because if it wasn't for those cold nights, and what I mean by cold nights with people who really put effort into me, mm-hmm. That's what got me in the spring and summer. Because, hey, I'm going to scold you because I know your potential. Mm-hmm. I don't want your tree to die in the winter. I want them leaves to blossom in the spring when it rains, and you take off in the summer. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I equate all of that too. Like I'm a philosopher. Okay. So I tell my kids things and I be like, you'll get it one day. Yeah. And now my daughter 19, 18, and my son 14, sometimes they'll come to me and be like, I think I get what you meant when you said that. Yeah. Because again, some people can only learn by touching the fire. Yeah. So when I equate to, like I said, winter, them cold nights, and yeah, dang, coach was tough on me. So my biggest thing was I was an athlete. If me being an athlete saved my life.
Yeah.
So them coaches and those people who poured into me, excuse me, not taking away from some of the family, but I took that, of course, as a kid, I took, man, they don't mess with me, man. Why they da-da-da?
Yeah.
I get it. I understood. They had to do that in order to keep me from falling back into them streets, keep me from becoming the victim to my circumstances.
Yeah.
So wintertime, now that I look back, wasn't all that it seemed to be.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just knew that they had to put that, that ice on my butt to keep me going, because a lot of people only think fire burn. Ice burn too.
Yeah.
So
hey,
ice burn too.
That's one right there. Ice burns too. I got you.
So yeah, that's what got me going. Like I said, to grow them leaves in the spring when it rains, summertime.
Yeah.
The ball's out. So
that's it. You gotta have strong roots, and that wintertime hardens up a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Build some strong roots. No, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. Now you may mention that sports really saved you. Dive into that a little bit. Talk to me a little bit. Why do you feel like sports saved you?
My circumstances, a lot of people don't know. I'm an open book, though. I talk about. So I was a poor kid, and just circumstances in life. Both parents were addicts, so my life was chaotic. I was everywhere. I lived in churches. I lived with 80 different people. Not even exaggerating. I done been through literally probably over 30 schools in my lifetime. Like, wow. I was just wherever I could fit in, or whoever would take me, and thankful for those people. But as I got older and I got into sports, I started playing. I'll never forget, in RP, the coach, first time I hit a tackle bag in football, I was like 7. And I hit that bag and he was like, oh yeah, this kid gonna be something. Literally, first time I hit a bag at 7 years old. Then I stepped on the baseball field at 10, was I 9 or 10? And that kid is mine, and then track field, that kid got that. So me being what word when I say I was a poor kid. So them coaches was like, hey, we're gonna look out for him. And I'm not, in no disrespect to non-athletes, because everybody needs love, and that's what turned me who I am today. But me being an athlete, the coach was, hey, he come stay with me. Hey, I'm going to look out for him. Hey, I got a couple pair of shoes. I got some food for him. I got some, that saved my life, because I had something to look forward to also outside of falling victim to what I seen growing up. The drugs, the violence, what my mom and daddy was doing, the theft, jail, death. I didn't seen it all. I've been, so I done been through some things that people couldn't even imagine. So again, being an athlete, that saved me. That saved you. I was able to stay on that field year round. So.
It gave you an out. It gave you an out.
A big out.
Man, because you ain't kidding when you say year round, because you went through some of the sports. I'm like, man, there ain't no break there nowhere. We went from fall to winter. Literally went through all 4 seasons. So, wow. How do you think your life, the experiences that you have had, drives you as a father? How do you think those life experiences have played in? Because there's a dad out there right now that is either going through the scenario that you had, has been through the scenario that you've had. How do you use that to drive home being a good father for your kids?
Again, one thing about me, I'm a philosopher. I'm a lesson type dad. Like I feel like you have to experience something for yourself to understand where I'm coming from. So even now that I coach, because I don't just have my kids, like I have a community of kids. I've been coaching for 16 years now. And I have a lot of college graduates under my belt, and that is outside of, my kids is going through it now. So, but I translate that, and because everything is a life lesson. Especially sports. Sports is ups and downs. It's going to teach you who you are as a man, woman. It's going to show you your weaknesses. It's going to show you your strengths. And one thing, like me, I was a high-level baseball player, and I tell my kids now, anything you do in life, right? Anything you do in life. Right now, we on the podcast. If you go 3 for 10 in your podcast and viewerships or likes, it's done. It's time to wrap this up, right? Play football, 3 out of 10 tackles. You're done, right? Yeah, you run track. You win 3 out of 10 races. Majority of the time, we're going to move your event. Baseball, you go 3 for 10, you're a Hall of Famer. So it's about finding your niche, finding what you do best, and accelerating at it.
Yeah.
You know, because again, a lot of people judge a fish on climbing the tree, and that's not their strength.
Right.
So I just correlate all of that into life and go from there. Like I said, it teaches you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's real stuff. I mean, you you hit a lot right there, dude. How you expect me to keep up with? Maybe I just need to hand you the. No, that's really key though. When you think about as a father specifically, a lot of times you find yourself comparing to different things, right? You've had an experience that has taught you one way or another, and then you look at somebody else and you're like, well, bro, like they went through this and look at where they're at, or they didn't go through this and look at where they're at, right? Like one way or the other. But I think what you just hit on was so key on you can do a lot of different things. And if it's not the one that was for you, you can't stay stuck on what that is. You got to find what works for you and really run with that. How do you help your kids to apply that for themselves? Like how do you take that thought process and keep them going and motivated? Because that's a lot to go through a lot of those trials.
It is. So I'm gonna be very transparent.
Yeah.
Very transparent. And a lot of people know me. I'm very braggish on my kids. I post my kids, and it's been a huge transition in my life recently. So a big role in that is your partner. If you don't have a supportive partner, a lot of that is you're going to be working overtime to instill who you are as a father. We just talking about fathers right now. Mothers, no disrespect to y'all. I know y'all go through it too. But as a father, it's tough when I've been through the fire. I've been through it. I've been through homelessness. I've been being abused. I've been through neglect. I've been through it. So when I'm putting my best foot forward so my kids can never see that end of the spectrum, but then you have a partner who don't give a dang about that end of the spectrum because they ain't never seen it, and they live in what we call it Denial, Ohio, the commercial. You know, so it can get dark at times. Yeah. Because y'all know what I've been through. Y'all know my story. Y'all know my struggle. Y'all know how hard it is for me to keep y'all away from that. But it seems like you're fighting me to stop it from happening to where sometimes, again, you just got to fall back and, hey, touch the fire. Yeah. You'll see it's hot. Yeah. I ain't got to tell you no more. Yeah. So, again, we get to the point where they'll come down like, I get that. I get it. And I'm here. That I got you. I'm not gonna let you sink, but you had to do that. Yeah, you had to go through it on your own. You had to figure that out. Now you mentioned something there about having a strong partner and the play and the keyness to that. What happens when you don't? Right? What happens in your space when the partner maybe just isn't meeting you where you need them to meet you? So, okay, let's be transparent. I spent 17 years with a partner who, at the time, you couldn't tell me anything about this woman. I was just head over heels. And then from where I grew up and how I grew up, I'm going to be better than my dad. I'm going to be better than my mom. So I'm growing up proving points. Now at 36, I'm looking back and like, it was meaningless. Like, okay, I'm a better father than my parents. I became a better person than teachers thought I would be. But to a degree, I didn't enjoy the journey. Yeah. Because I was so busy trying to prove a point that I'm going to be better than everybody who doubted me. Yeah. and I was losing, and I lost sight of what wasn't happening support wise in a relationship. And I'm trying to say things because, listen, I honestly wish her the best in her endeavors, but when it comes to parenting, we still have to be strong as co-parents. But it's a lot of, if I say go left, no, we're going right. And then you go right, and now I got to fly over and save the day all the time. Like, that gets exhausting.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I'm going to choose my words kindly. It's tough, though, when you always got to put on the cape. And one thing I learned through this process, because I did step out, I had to go, step away from the stigma of not seeking therapy and things, and I did that. But one thing that I took was, you got to learn to operate as Clark Kent and not always as Superman.
Okay.
So I learned to take the cape off and operate as Clark Kent. And once I stopped saving the day, some things transpired that needed to happen. That should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'm okay now.
Yeah.
So having a great partner is everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I heard you say something in there that was, I think, really, really key in growth. And you said you did a lot of things to prove a point. And it's almost at that point it becomes transactional, right? Like, I'm doing this thing because I need to check this box, right? I'm doing this thing because I need to make sure somebody knows. But then you also wrapped it up with, but I realized that really wasn't for anything at that point. What do you hope your kids take away from seeing you make that shift or that change? And do you talk about that at all with them to help them out?
I talk about it. We talk about it. And one thing with my kids is I've always had an open mic policy. So when we was growing up, a lot of us growing up, we had to stay in the kids' place mentality. Couldn't really talk to your parents. And as a young dad, I caught myself being Bruce one day. And I was like, whoa, Bruce is my dad.
Okay.
I lost my dad at 21. He died when I was 21. So it's still, and I caught myself being him one day. I was punishing my kids, and I was like, that's not it. Because I'm like, I didn't like that you know what I'm saying? So I sat my kids down and I apologized. And from that moment on, we've always had an open roundtable communication. Be respectful.
Yeah. I
respect you, respect me. And then when I do discipline, you're going to know why. But I wasn't a big disciplinarian, you know what I mean? Because, again, life going to teach you all the lessons you need to know. But we sat down and we had open dialogue. Why do you feel like it's okay for you to do this?
Right.
And and not only I'm not a parent that's just going to say no. I'm going to give you reason on why I'm saying no.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you reason on why I'm saying yes. And if I got to think about it, you're going to help me break this down. Like my girls, they would, I'm going to such and such. Okay, cool. Who's there? Who's picking you up? Who's bringing you back? Do I need to be involved like that? No, you're not going anywhere if I don't know who's there, who's taking you. I've never met these parents. They couldn't grasp that concept because mom would just say, go. No, I need to know.
Right. Something might go down. Something need to go down. I need to put the cape on at that moment.
And something did go, and something happened because I don't know if y'all remember. It was a year ago that that kid was killed at Easton.
Yeah.
My girls was there.
Wow.
They called me on. I flew up there, loaded and everything. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
This is why I need to know. This is why Dad is out here to protect you. I'm not being nosy.
Right.
I'm not trying to embark on your journey or whatever you're gonna do. I just need to know for this standpoint. You see what I'm saying? So, but then it became a lot of, before then it was a lot of, you're just trying to. No, I'm not. I just want to protect my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, but no, we sat down and we had an open dialogue, and they've always been able to just express how they feel, respectfully, and we both do the same. Yeah. And we grow from there. So going through the situation we're going through, call it what it is. I finally filed for divorce, and that played a huge role in the kids' relationship, especially the girls, because for years, things that I missed through the process was, why didn't you tell me X, Y, and Z? Why don't you talk to dad? And cues that I would miss growing up, is, oh, well, mommy said, and those are the things that as a young man I wasn't putting two and two together, but now it's like this was set up for me. So but we talked, but it's still, I'm just not gonna let you do what you want to do. Especially, again, you're grown now. My girls, I love them. And one thing I always talk about with my kids, sorry, we're gonna wrap this question up, but I always tell my kids is, you don't have to leave home. You never had to leave home. I built the home. I built this for us. There's gonna be rules and regulations here. And if you feel like they're too much, you can, go, spread your wings, and you have one come back home, get out of jail free card. And they'll be like, and people are like, when you say that, what did that mean? That's because I expect them to go out there and do things, have fun, enjoy life, and I expect them to fall. A lot of us did fall. And they can come back home, get themselves together. Now let's try it another way. Now, if they're doing what they want to do and they build homes and and they want to come back, that's cool. But to just be out there just being reckless, you got one come back home card. So, that's part of our.
Hey, listen, that's a good rule system. I had to take my one get out of jail free card. I remember that day. I was like, Lord, I gotta, Mom, can I come home? But no, I mean it's key that you can have a conversation with your children. And I think so many people today miss that opportunity. So many fathers don't, we don't take true advantage of the opportunity to talk to our kids. We don't let them know this is what dad's going through, this is dad's experience. And this is why I'm sharing it with you. So I think that's so cool that, you're calling that out as a specific that you do with your kids. Now let's talk through the yes, no, and the why, to that, so that they have a good understanding of what next steps look like for them. And I'm sure you probably explained it what the fire might be on the other side too. Like, hey, if you do this, these are some of the consequences that can happen, and being there for them, I'm sure it makes them feel good to have that support.
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely. So like I said, I know y'all gonna make mistakes. Just be able to come back from the mistakes you make. Yeah. We all gonna make mistakes. Like, no matter what, I still make mistakes at 36. So that's all. Just use your brain a little bit. Just a little bit, please. Just a little bit.
Something that you've mentioned quite a few times is about respect. And in our pre kind of conversation, you said disrespect to fathers isn't talked about enough. Talk me through that a little bit. What does that mean to you when you say that?
And again, to the women viewership, we're just, both parents go through this. We're just talking about dads right now. A lot of it is men go through so much to keep their families together that is laughed at. And it's, again, we can go on social media right now and we can laugh at the disrespect that dads have to go through, and we view it as jokes because it's accepted in society, and it's like it's funny until it's not, because everything runs its course. Men can't do nothing right. Men don't do this right. The belittling, the emasculating, the talk down, the threatening of, we'll leave and I'm a destroy your life and take everything. Like, all of that's real. No matter how good you are to that woman, it's in some situations, I'm not gonna say, but in some situations, it's like it's never enough, and then we got to bear the disrespect and the brunt, because we know what's going to happen when we walk away from this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm either going to be, for one, it hurts to see your kids every other weekend or every other week when you've been an everyday dad your whole life.
Yeah.
But because you finally put your foot down and enough is enough, well, I'm going to weaponize the system, or I'm going to do this because I can. And, you know, it's like, it's not talked about enough.
Yeah.
And again, it's funny until it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that makes sense. I mean, and not everybody has that experience.
Oh yeah.
You know, not everybody understands what that feels like. You know, I personally don't, right? Like I grew up in both my parents together, and you know, I have an older brother and older sister that are from a previous marriage with my father. So I know that they kind of get that, but I don't, right? Like I don't understand that world. As a father, it's one of the things that for me is like, I want to keep it, but to what point, right? And to what advantage or disadvantage, right? To your point, in that space, navigating this new world of seeing your kids on an off and on schedule. How are you making it through that? What are the steps you're taking to get yourself through those moments?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It started before I even made the jump. And it hurts. Like now my girls are grown. They're 19, 18. And again, I'm gonna be transparent. With a lot of what's transpiring, me and my girls are not eye to eye right now, and that hurts because they're my babies, daddy's girls, every day. Seeing them every day. So that hurts a lot because again, my kids are my world. My kids save me.
Yeah.
And you know, I see my son. He's 14. I see him all the time, but it's still like when he leaves, I sit there in that house that I built for everybody, and like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I did everything they told me to do.
Yeah.
I followed the American dream.
Yeah.
I was the best man I can be, best father I can be. I literally came from nothing. I came from nothing. And at times it used to be frustrating because it seemed like none of that mattered. No matter how hard I worked, no matter how many hours I put in, no matter anything, like it just, nothing mattered at one point. And it seemed like nothing mattered to them at one point in time. And like that's what hurt the most. Like to really dig and put forth your best foot, and just like, at times, again, we're going to be transparent. At times, I didn't even feel like a man. As long as they was happy, as long as they had what they had, I was broke.
Yeah.
I was broken.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I started to work because I knew I was going to need to. And that's when I was saying earlier that I broke the stigma of not seeking help because I was at a real low point. And again, I put on a smile every day for social media, and don't nobody know what I go through in real life.
Yeah.
My life is hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, just at first sitting there in that home with just my dogs, it's like, it's crazy. You know, so yeah, it was a lot.
Okay.
It was just
So therapy is something that you would say has been helpful,
Yes.
and something that I'm going to go out on a limb and say you would recommend for another father that is going through a similar
recommend
situation.
for any and everybody. I don't even care if you're going through anything. Go talk to somebody. Talk about the good. It's not just about the bad. Talk about the good. I had a good day. I sold some stock. I sold a car. Talk about the good and the bad, right? Because another thing I've learned is I'm an 89 baby, and I have my dash. My ending isn't here yet, but I've learned that dash is that thing in life that we look back to. And a lot of it I didn't enjoy because I was trying to prove points that got me anywhere. You know, so just enjoy that dash in your life. And yeah, we.
That's fair. No, that's real. That's a real moment of clarity, right? Just to say like, hey, I don't. All these other things I've already resolved and or no longer need to. I gotta figure it out for me, and I gotta live for me, and live for my children, and being the best example, right, for them that I can be. And I think that's so key. And it's positive to hear you say, I'm going through it, been going through it, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm still taking steps. I'm still working at it, right? I'm not allowing these circumstances to just beat me completely out of this process. Because at the end of the day, your kids still need you.
Yeah.
Whether they're there day in, day out, or every other, right? They still need you. They still need that space. And I think that also leads me to something else that you had shared about faith and mentorship and coaching, and how it's played a role in your life throughout, and also how you share that. So when you think about that faith, that mentorship, and that coaching, how does that continue to play even now as you move forward?
It's big because, again, once I got done playing ball, I jumped right into coaching. And my thing was always, I was going to the league no matter what, right? I was that good. People always told me, like, I was da-da-da. But when my career was done due to injury, and life was good for me financially, right? I knew kids in the city needed to see somebody like me. My kids are great. My kids are taken care of. My kids grew up in the streets of Gahanna and Westerville. Like my kid, you know what I'm saying? So my kids has always been good. And me and my kids talked about this too, like in my because they know dad's gonna spend a lot of time with other kids. Now my kids are still around. They've been around since babies, even when I was, coaching high schools, and they understood. Go ahead, dad, do your thing. So giving kids, underprivileged kids in the community, to see somebody like me who had bad grades, who didn't have parents, who was hungry, who didn't have clothes, and to give them that inspiration to see somebody that looked like me, not only talk to them about it, but actually show them that I really went through this and you can become something. You don't have to be a victim of your environment.
Right.
And mentor, I have a 3.0 club where I take my kids out to dinner. Like, I show them things that's possible. And not only in just coaching wins and losses on the field, I set up community events, things like that, because I never knew I was going to be in the field I was in. I just knew I was going to be playing ball. At 36, I was supposed to be retiring right now. You know what I'm saying? But I did retire at 20, 21 due to knee injuries. But just, again, getting them kids in that with faith, it's hard to really bring faith in because you're not allowed to do church and state and things like that. But if a kid ever want to talk about that, I'm there. My great-grandmother was a pastor. And, like, I grew up in the church, so she instilled that in me. And just being there for kids. A lot of kids, all you do is just show up. Kids call me in the summer, hey, coach, I'm playing summer ball here. Can you come and just show up for them? And that's all it takes, And so that's a lot of my passion. I scaled back a little bit because I had a conversation with Elliot, my son. And he was like, he is freshman in high school now. And he was like, I need you here now. So I had to step back. And respect. I gave 16 years to being a head coach to other kids. Now I still coach, but I scaled back because my son, I need you. Let's go.
That's awesome.
Because to go back into that, it was a time growing up where my kids didn't understand that they didn't understand coach from dad. So I was talking to one of my guys, Terrence Dials. Shout out to T Dials, Ohio State basketball coach. He broke something down to me. He said, when we played to get out. Your kids just playing because they love to play. That's a difference. So that's part of me learning to be a dad and separating myself. So I gave my kids other coaches, like, I'm going to be dad, sit back and watch. Because they didn't understand that. But now that Elliot's older, he like, all right, let's go. I'm ready, Dad.
Yeah,
Because he couldn't separate that. You just Dad, you just want to yell. No, I've been here.
Right. I'm trying to get you somewhere, man.
So now I need you there. All right.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. That's awesome. No, that's good stuff. That being said, I know legacy is something that you called out as big, right? And creating something beyond, I think you said beyond money, is really key and really important. Talk to me about that. Like, what does that mean to you?
So, I'm everything I've learned in life has been self-taught, and just being a sponge. I wanted to be different. I literally did not want to be my environment. And when I tell you, again, just hearing it, everybody be like, oh, but if I really broke down what I've been through on the people, and I'd have been through shootouts as a kid, houses getting shot up, raided, bodies, watching my mom do things, like my dad, and shout out to my mom. She's 2 years clean now, fighting strong. She's telling her story. She's in the ministries, and that's amazing. So seeing all of that, it really plays a role. But also, when it comes to building a legacy, I just always I look at the Rothschilds. I look at the people and the magnitudes and that, and I teach people this to this day. It's like it's so much more that I want to leave. I'm at hopefully I can get to a point in life to where when I'm gone, my kids are great, their kids are great, and that goes into understanding what a trust is, with life insurance really means, 401ks, how to get into the market, how to get a home and use it as wealth, and build all of that to where not just my generation, but my kids can be great. Because again, eventually we're all gonna be gone one day, and let's be real. In 100 years, who really gonna be talking about us, right? But that's what I mean. Like I want to leave something behind that's bigger than just a few dollars. I don't want to just leave money for my kids. I want my kids. Again, I'm already a grandfather. I want my grandson to be able to benefit from my hard work. And that's a lot of things that they don't understand right now. Yeah, they ain't got to. They kids, right? But they know where everything is, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not just trying to be out here and just make a few dollars and be gone. I want people to be impacted off of what I do. And that's why I have a nonprofit. I give back to kids in the streets, underprivileged kids, kids in sports, baseball, football. It didn't have to be that. It's just in general. You need help with dorm stuff. That's what I do. Like I just love helping people and blessing people.
No, that's awesome, man. I mean, and not everybody has the opportunity to do it, or even the mindset to do it. So that's amazing. And I'm gonna say thank you on behalf of those that are out there. I'm sure they're probably gonna say it through the camera, but I'm just saying thank you, because that's amazing. And it's giving back to someone that may have been in your seat when you were that little or that young. Giving back and giving the opportunity. So that's amazing. How do you embody, or not embody, but how do you balance ambition versus presence, right? Because you talked about being there, you talked about, doing a lot for your young ones, your kids, but how do you really balance that ambition and drive for yourself and being present for them?
It used to be tough. That used to be tough because I used to be a guy to where, like you said, ambition for me was I'm making the money. Because again, that's all that's been drilled in men's head. Make the money, provide, make sure everybody else good. That's all that matters. But then as you grow, you realize it's more to that. So I stopped letting the dollar control my moves, and then I start listening to my kids, because again, yes, they're cool. They don't care about the dollar all the time. is
What's your time?
Yeah, it's dad.
Yeah.
When we gonna have this? Because again, I was working. Dude, it was one point in life I had 4 or 5 jobs. I was a basketball coach. I was a manager at Foot Locker. I was running group homes, and I was a substitute teacher at a behavior school. When I tell you I was running rampant,
Yeah.
money was there.
Yeah.
You ain't want nothing.
Right.
You ain't want for
We're
nothing.
good.
Yeah. But it was the time that I wasn't there. But like I said, I started listening, and then it's like, I got you this though, and I got you that, and da da da. And again, they were younger at this point, and I don't care about that. Where you at?
Right.
Say less.
Yeah.
So then I learned how to maintain the dollar with left time. And that goes into the legacy part. That goes into books, and that goes into reading, networking, da da. So then, again, because my girls was athletes too, so that's where that balance came from. Just listening, just listening to being present, and understanding too that all 3 of my kids are different. I had to love them different. I had to give them their own time. I can't love this one how I love that one. And I dang sure can't love him how I love her. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's just listening and balance.
Yeah.
And I gave my kids their own weekends. Or a day. Hey, this is your day with dad. What's up? What we doing? You tell me what we doing.
That's awesome.
Oh, I just want dinner, movies, go get some shoes. Okay. Your turn. What
Right.
you want to do? Oh, I want to take a trip. We'll go. And this is before COVID. Oh, this was lovely. Day trips. I used to day trip to Florida.
Okay.
For $93.
Day trip to Florida.
We will get up at 5 a.m. and we will fly back at 9 that night.
Have a
And
good time.
have a whole day in Florida.
Wow.
And be right back home that night.
That's awesome.
That was before COVID. You can't do it now.
Yeah.
But again,
find me a $90 flight, please.
Yeah, literally 5 a.m. be back at 9. We'll have a whole day.
That's awesome.
And then my son would just be, we just go throw a ball around.
Yeah.
And to him that was great. Or we'd go get my friends and go play pool. So
Yeah.
that's how I put that together.
I think it's awesome to hear you acknowledge that as a dad, you have to be willing to adjust. As a dad of multiple kids, right? Like, you got to be willing to adjust the way you approach it. And I think it's so cool to hear you say, like, I asked them, here's your day, what do you want? Right? Like, versus we are always like kind of dictating to them, like, nah, I don't feel like doing, or I'm not spending, but for you, it's making that conscious decision to say, no, it's on you, on what we do. And the valuable memories I'm sure that they have from all of that is really key. That's really key. So, hey, man, you building that legacy. You're building that legacy right
Sometimes
there.
it feels like I'm not, but I know I'm blessed. And that's why I try to keep my focus.
Yeah.
And then with that, to P, one thing I've learned, and I think it's true, I became the man I needed as a child. I needed all of this. I wish I had all of this. I was so alone, so alone. A little about my story too. I lived on my own at 10. I used to get up at 4 in the morning to walk to Starling Middle School when I did live here. And Children's Services found out. I ended up going back to Youngstown when I was like 11. And then I've been on my own since 16.
Wow.
So I had to grow through this.
Yeah.
We all know there's no rule book to parenting.
Yeah.
But I really had to grow through this. Like, I leaned on people. I watched. I'm a very observant person. And I take what I see from people, and I create my own nest, So this is, again, all of this is self-taught. Like, I'm not perfect, though. I've made mistakes before. But everything I've ever done in life, my best foot was put forward.
Yeah.
Failed or not. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. To wrap it up, man, when you look into that camera, if there's a dad that's out there that's asking you or asking for some help or watched this whole episode and said, I want to take something from it, what is it that you want to tell them?
love yourself, believe in yourself. Go get that help. Lean on your circle. Again, I went through life telling myself, ain't nobody there. I ain't got nobody. It was just, I did have people. It was the people that I wanted to have wasn't there. but I did have a circle with people, and it's okay to put your best foot forward, and it's okay to think about yourself sometimes. And I'm an advocate for turn every rock. Don't just run off emotion. Turn every rock. Go talk to somebody, and enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Don't take it too serious all the time. Enjoy the journey, and have faith. Faith is whoever you believe in. Have faith. Believe in it, because it's gonna be some nights that's all you got. That faith is gonna keep you grounded. So, it's dads out here, and it's moms out here too. It's people out here that love you. And one thing I've taken at 36 years old, I didn't hear I love you a lot growing up. So when I hear I love you, to this day it's cringe to me, because now what do you want from me? So me and my position in life now, I literally tell my friends, and they're gonna see this, they'll vouch for you. I love you, man. I don't even know you, and I love you, and I don't want nothing from you. And that's that. There's people that love you out here. They really do.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for sharing your journey. And I'll wrap this with saying, social media shows you what people want you to see. It doesn't always show you the true battle that's happening, or the battle that got them there, right? And so the whole point and the premise around even this show is to be able to see some of that battle, and to be able to know that somebody else out there is dealing with situations that you maybe have dealt with, dealing with situations you're dealing with right now, or situation that maybe you don't even know you're about to go through. So I appreciate you sharing that. Appreciate you being transparent.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, if this is your first episode of the Watch That podcast, we appreciate you being here. If it's not your first episode, thank you for staying with us, and continue to go through this journey with us. We are just excited to be able to talk to dads and have a conversation in a space for us to be able to share our journeys with one another and know that we are not alone. So until next time, we'll catch you in.